Hi everyone, welcome to the US CPA classes for business analysis and reporting examination. So in this particular video of business analysis chapter, I'll be walking you through in detail about prospective analysis, and majorly we'll be discussing about SWOT analysis and the balanced scorecard. So let's dive into to understand more in detail about SWOT analysis and the balanced scorecard and how it actually works.
Is basically analyzing the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat of the organization, right? So strategic plan formation include the analysis of what qualities, what are the strength. So strength, when you are thinking, when you are analyzing the strength, you'll be analyzing more of internal factor that give the project or business an advantage. So strength can be, like your technology which you have built. For example, if you are built a platform like Netflix, if you have built a platform like Udemy, Coursera, or maybe if you have built a platform like LinkedIn, Twitter, right? So then technology is your strength. Or market aggregator like Amazon or Flipkart, right? Second is if you have a highly talented people, so your people can be your strength, right? Or if you have done any strategic merger or acquisition, right? So all the advantage or the market benefit you have got on account of acquisition and merger is being your strength, right? So example is strong brand reputation, skilled workforce, right? Proprietary technology and financial stability. So if you have like good big pockets like Reliance do have, Ambani's do have, Tata's do have, right? So that's be your strength, right? Second is weaknesses. What all comes under the weaknesses? It is again like internal factor. Internal factor that place the project or business at a disadvantageous position. So that may be lack of resources. So you have opportunities, but you do not have resources to avail that opportunity, or you do not have that skilled resources to work on it, right? Outdated technology, for example, like Nokia, Fujifilm, Kodak cameras, right? They all are like closed or almost shut down because they have not upgraded themselves for the technology. Poor management. So these days you might be hearing Byju's an example, right?
Right. Sir.
So poor corporate governance and poor management is being resulting into the complete fall of Byju, right? Insufficient marketing. So if you are not doing sufficient marketing, which is being required, so then also it's your weakness. You are not able to capture the market. Next is opportunities. External factor that the project or businesses could exploit for its benefit. So opportunities are generally external factor, or you can say opportunities available out of the organization which organization can avail. So that can be any new emerging market, that can be new technological advancement, that can be change in consumer behavior, that can be on account of partnership. So for example, like emerging market. So if you see like after the COVID, the new market has emerged for the e-learnings, right? Earlier, the e-learning was that not much focus area. But nowadays, like edtech is growing, except one or two instances like Byju's, but otherwise, like overall economic is growing, right? Second is technological advancement. If you see, like you might have heard of metaverse by any chance. Have you heard this term, metaverse?
No, sir.
No. Okay, maybe like after this class, just noted down this word,
Mhm.
metaverse. So that's a future technology,
Yes.
and in future, I would say all the learnings and development will be on the metaverse,
Right, right. Yes, sir.
right? We are also planning maybe 2 year or 2.5 year down the line, we'll start working on metaverse. for all our new course curriculum development, right? So that's a technological advancement. So competitor edge, right? Next is change in customer behavior. So if you remember, like earlier days, people used to do the shopping in the market. Then the mall scenario came. People used to go malls, but now Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, Mantra, such kind of platform has came. Now people do a lot of big shoppings online. So today, like Amazon big sale is starting, right? So I'm sure like it will be again a record breaker for Amazon themselves. So it's being on account of changing consumer taste preferences and behaviors, right? The partnerships. So maybe like joint venture, subsidiaries, franchisees, resellers. So that kind of arrangement could be the opportunities, right? Next one is threat. So threats are again like external factor that could pose a risk on the project or business. So it may be on account of change in economic condition, so overall downturn in the economy. For example, like when we are in COVID situation, most of the world economics are going down, except the healthcare, right? So healthcare industry was in boom, ultra boom, right? But other industries, specifically if I say real estate industry, they were struggling, right? Or transport industry, travel industry, tourism industry, they were struggling, right? So it may be on account of change in economic environment or downturn, right? Intense competition. So for example, like in electronic market, so now it's a cutthroat competition, right? Or it's a like kind of price war. Legal and regulatory changes. So if you remember, like how many of you lives here in Delhi NCR area?
I live, sir.
Yeah. So maybe if you remember, like 2 3 year back, there is a law came that liquor shop cannot be on the highways, or they have to be at least 500 meter, you know, out of the highways, right?
Yes.
That has impacted most of the liquor shops. They got their license got cancelled, right? Same way, like technology disruption. So, any example of technological disruption you may see? Have you seen like in 2016, 8th November 2016, what happened in our nation? The
Yes.
Notebandi,
Monetization.
demonetization, right? After that, if you see how Paytm has grown, right? How this Bharat Pay has grown, how this like Mobi Pay, or you can say Beam app, or many other like QR code company have grown. And earlier, if you remember, like there was barter transaction people were doing. Then cash has came. Then people have started dealing in cash. Then bank has came. Then people have started dealing in checks, right? And then after like card has came, debit card, credit card, and people start using plastic money, right? And now it's all QR, right? And in future, if you see, the NFTs are coming, which is non-fungible transaction, right? Then you may not be using QR as well, or you may not be using actual currency to settle the deal, right? So that's kind of disruption in the technology that may result into threat, right? Make sense? What is SWOT analysis? Why the business need to do SWOT analysis?
Yes, sir.
Why? Sorry, it was my question.
Okay.
Why any business need to do a SWOT analysis?
So basically, the ultimate objective is to prepare a better strategy uh,
Mhm.
for the growth of the business to maximize the profits
Mhm.
and continuous improvement of the business, and how the as a company can give it back to the society and all that thing. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So, like all these threats which identify through the SWOT, they all are business risk. So company need to make a risk management policy so that they can mitigate those risks which are material to the organization. On the opportunity side, so company need to make a business plans to encash those opportunities which are being available in the market, right? And then from the strength, the company need to play much better on the strength, because if they have good brand name, for example, let's assume Tata, right? So it does not require to build a brand name. It's already an established brand, right? If Tata come up with any particular product or any particular services, it will be easy for him because it's being already a trusted brand, right? For them, it does not require to build too much. But for any startup company, right? So it may take years and years to build those brand and relationships. Weaknesses. Why do weaknesses we need to analyze? So that we can work upon, we can improve upon, or some of the weaknesses which is being not required in the business, we can wipe off, right? So that is the reason SWOT analysis is being required. It is not only for business, it is being required for us as an individual also, always, right? It helps in clarifying the entity mission, which in turn lead to the long-term objective such as business diversification, addition, deletion of the product line, or penetration into the new market. So the SWOT analysis process typically involve the following steps. First one is identification of internal factor, which is your strength and weaknesses. This involve analysis. This involve assessing the internal aspect of the project or business, such as resources, capabilities, performances, right? Second step is identification of external factor, which is your opportunities and threat. This involves analyzing the external environment, economic condition, market trend, competition, and other external factor. Then matching the internal and external factor. That's the third step. This step involves looking for strategic way to match internal strength with external opportunities and address the internal weakness in the faces of external threat, and so on. Fourth step is strategic development. Based on the analysis, strategies can be developed to leverage the strength and improve the weaknesses.
Okay.
Right? And the last one is action plan. The final step involves creating a plan of action to implement the strategies developed considering timeline, resource allocation, and responsibilities. Right? Any doubt on the SWOT analysis?
No, sir.
Right? So why do we need to do SWOT analysis? To identify your strength, weaknesses, identifying the opportunities, threats, matching the internal strength with the external opportunities, and strategizing the internal weaknesses with the threat, and making a complete business plan and then the action plan to achieve those respective business goals, right? Okay, let's do some practice question. During the process of developing a strategic plan, manager of Hinckley Company determined that a relative young organization possessed a diverse product mix and was fortunate to have assembled an energetic and capable marketing team. In terms of SWOT analysis, these findings fall into which category? Opportunity, weakness, strength, or threat? During the process of developing its strategic plan, manager determined that the relatively young organization possessed a diverse product mix and was fortunate to have assembled an energetic and capable marketing team. Is it opportunity? Is it threat? Is it strength? Is it weakness? What it is?
Opportunity.
Opportunity? Why?
That hmm, So they have identified that young organization possess a diverse mix, so they can now use that diverse mix to their advantage.
Hmm.
So it is an opportunity, right? Or it can be strength. यही थोड़ा सा confusion.
Kanshi, Surya,
But I think
Arun.
it's a threat.
Sorry.
I think it's a threat because, like, the recent companies, if they are doing it, so I think it's a threat to them.
Hmm. Why it is a threat? Sorry, I didn't understand.
What I'm trying to say is that, like, younger companies are having a diverse product mix, as the question says. So, like, the company, the Hinckley company, if the younger companies are doing it, so it is going to grow rapidly than Hinckley company. So I think it is a threat.
Sir, I think it's a weakness because they're not able to like meet the right procedure.
Yeah, Arun, Manish. Hmm. Sorry, I didn't get your voice.
Threat would be my call.
Threat. So Pranshi is saying threat, Arun is saying threat. Surya, what's your point? Opportunity or
Weakness.
weakness? And Akash?
सर आई वुड गो, मतलब मैं थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूज हूँ अपॉर्चुनिटीज और स्ट्रेंथ में, बट अपॉर्चुनिटीज जनरली बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी टाइप होती है, तो इसलिए आई वुड से कि ये स्ट्रेंथ है कंपनी के लिए. दे हैव रिलेटिवली यंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन with a capable, energetic and capable marketing team. So it's a strength for them. They can
Yeah,
work.
it's an internal factor and it's a strength of the organization that they have relatively young and energetic team. So if you see here, internal factor that give the project or business advantage, which can be strong brand reputation, skilled workforce, right?
Correct. Opportunities actually external होती है, ठीक है?
Yeah, opportunities are generally external. Opportunities and threats are generally external. So here, when they are saying they have relatively young and energetic team, so it's their strength. Make sense, everyone? Pranshi, Arun, Suraj.
Sir, actually, I thought that Hinkley company is different, and there are some other relative younger companies जो ये चीज कर रहे हैं, मेरे को ये लगा.
Yeah, so that maybe like we need to do more and more practice of the question so that we have an understanding like how generally questions comes in exam.
Correct.
Okay. Next question. The manager of Tim Cook company identified during the process of developing its strategic plan that relatively young organization possessed diverse mix and was fortunate to have assembled the energetic capable marketing team. These findings fall into which category? Oh, it's same question. Sorry, I need to change this example. Okay, so it's same thing, but it's in fill in the blanks form and it's like direct question form. Right. Okay, no worries. I'll add one more question here when I share the notes with you.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So the next topic is balance scorecard. Okay, let's do this and then maybe we can take a break. So balance scorecard. If you remember, we like when we started this topic, So we discuss about balance scorecard. So balance scorecard is basically, it's a management performance metrics that help entity to identify and improve their internal operation to help their external outcome. And it measure past performance data and provide organization with the feedback on how to make a better decision in future. So I know some of you might have heard about data analytics,
Yes, sir.
right? So some of you are already using data analytics when you guys are working in audit or accounting assignment, right? Yes or no? Are you guys using data analytics by any chance?
Sir, somewhat Tableau is used.
Yeah, Power BI, Tableau, data analytics tool. So Arun, Pranshi, Manish, you guys are using data analytics?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. So I'll give you a brief high level overview of data analyst. Like for example, if you are in accounting or you are doing auditing, so like whatever the accounting has already been happened into the books of account, you extract all those data and then convert that data into the data analytics cubes, and then from that cubes it will give you the analysis of the respective data. It can be your month on month sales, it can be your like segment wise sales, it can be your disaggregated sales, it can be your payroll cost, it can be your payroll cost by division, it can be your payroll cost by blue collar, white collar, skilled labor, unskilled labor, it can be your month on month analysis, right? So all those kind of analysis is being very easy to extract with the support of data analytics tools which are being available in the market. So many powerful tools are being available in data analytics. Mostly used I see is the Tableau, Power BI, which is really good tools available in the market. And I would recommend each one of you to be a data analytics expert also alongside with your CPA. So it will add a great value to your resume, as well as it will add great value in future when you reach to the management level if you understand the data analytics in detail, right? So the data analytics provide the information based on the historical transaction, right? So what is your month over month sales, what is your segment wise sale, what is your market wise sale, right? And same way your purchases, your expenses. So based on that you can take a strategic decision for the future. Second, we have discussed another example for the balance scorecard is the performance metrics, right? Same way you guys are using SF. That's also like balance scorecard basically. And some of you might be using different tool for the internal performance, right? So those tools are majority of them are based on the balance scorecard technique in which you'll be sharing, in which your manager or your senior to whom you are reporting would be sharing certain goals with you, and you'll be submitting what all achievement you have made for those respective goals along with your explanation. Based on that, they might be identifying your strengths, your weaknesses, your area of improvement, and accordingly they will be giving you the recommendation or reward based on your performance, right? All these things will comes from the balance scorecard strategy, right? It does strategic management performance metrics that helps an entity in identifying and improving their internal operation to help their external outcome. So what external outcome you want to achieve, for that you need to make an internal improvements, right? It measures the past performance data and provide organization with the feedback on how to make the better decisions. So it's a decision making tool for the organization. And there are four perspectives of balance scorecard. The first one is financial, second is customer, third is internal, and fourth is education and growth. So first one is financial. Financial parameter focus on financial outcome of the performance metrics. Like what will be your return on investment? What will be your cash flow? What will be your financial result? right? Second is the customer centric. So customer centric concentrate on the consumer related objective and performance measure. For example, customer satisfaction. So once you purchase any item from Amazon, I'm sure you might be getting an email to rate us, right? Same way, when you stay in a hotel, they might be sharing you the feedback form, right? And same way, when you take a ride from Ola or Uber, it will immediately after completion of the ride come rate your driver, right? Yes or no? You guys have experienced this?
Yes, sir.
So what is this actually? It's a customer satisfaction survey. So based on your response, they get to know whether you guys are being satisfied with their services or not, whether you are happy with their services or not, right? Customer relation. Same way like all of you are doing banking. You may have like relationship manager, right?
Right.
Hmm? And for almost all the company, you might have seen customer care number, right? Delivery and quality performance. Swiggy, Zomato is a very good example, right? Domino's is very good example for this. Next is internal process. Examine the internal process critical to deliver the value to the customer and the shareholder. Like for example, activity per function, process of automation, or you can say implementation of AI tools, right? Those things can help in improving the overall internal process. And the fourth one is education and growth. So many of you like are working in big four company or in a big MNC company. You might have seen in your organization you have learning and development department, right?
Right.
You have L&D department,
Yes, sir.
right? Same way your employer might be supporting you for the higher education. Like some of you are doing CPA and your organization might be supporting you, right? So that give the job satisfaction, that reduce employee turnover, that enhance the skill of the overall organization, right? So that comes under the education and growth. So BSC, which is balance scorecard, align business activity with the vision and strategy of the entity, and it improve internal and external communication and monitor the performance against the strategic goal, which is the overall goal of the organization, right? So what are the key steps in implementing of balance scorecard? First one is defining the strategy. Second is identifying the key perspective. Third is developing the objective and measures. Fourth is link the objective with the measures. Link the objective and measures. And the fifth one is implement initiative. And the last one is monitoring and review. First is defining the strategy. So clearly you need to articulate the organization mission, vision, strategies, and objective. So that has to be clear at very first place. What the organization has took place. What is the reason of forming an organization, right? For what they should be stand for what the people should be know about that particular organization, and what are the strategic objective of the organization. That has to be cleared and laid down at the very first stage. Second is identifying the key perspective. So determining the key perspective, which is your customer, internal process, learnings, growth that are most relevant to the organization. So once you have defined the strategy, once you have the key perspective identified, then third thing is developing the objective and measure that, right? Defining the specific objective which you want to achieve and the performance measure for each prospective goal. That means, for example, if you want to do 10 universities tie-up, so it has to be measurable. The goals should always be measurable, right? The fourth one is link objective and measures. So you have objective at one place, you have measures at another place. How do you want to link them so that you can achieve the overall business objective, which is establishing cause and effect relationship between the objective in different perspective. The fifth one is implementation initiative, identifying and implementing initiative or projects that will help achieving the strategic objective. And the last one is monitoring and review. If you are not monitoring the activity, it is more than likely chances that activity is going to fail, right? And if you are not reviewing it timely, so more than likely chances are it is going to be fail. So monitoring and review is the most important thing, right? So regularly monitor performance against the established measures and adjust the strategy as needed. So the balance scorecard is widely used in various industry and sector to improve strategic planning, performance management. It provides a balanced and integrated view of organizational performance, ensuring that different aspects of the business are considered in decision-making process. Right? So this is all about balance scorecard. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Kanchi, Surya, Manish? Okay, let's do one question really quick.
सर
And
एक
then
क्वेश्चन
we'll.
तो स्कोर कार्ड पे तो जैसे सीए में तो आई रिमेम्बर कि वो होते थे प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चंस भी होते थे इसमें होंगे सिर्फ थियोरेटिकल ही होंगे
It's
कि
more theory. It's more theory which I have seen, like these kind of MCQ, because like in CPA exam, there's no mathematical calculations as such.
ओके ओके
So under the balanced scorecard concept developed by Kaplan and Norton, employee satisfaction and retention are measures used under which of the following perspective: financial, internal business, customer, learning and growth. So under the balanced scorecard concept developed by Kaplan and Norton, employee satisfaction and retention are measured under which of the following prospect?
Sir,
Financial.
Learning and growth.
Learning and growth.
Learning and growth.
Right. So everyone agree, learning and growth, because it is from the employee perspective, right?
राइट
Okay. So maybe it's 12:20. We can take a break over here and then we'll start with the 5 force analysis of portal model. So maybe we'll come back at 12:40 or 12:45 or 12:50. 20-minute break, 25-minute, 30-minute. Most time you guys like to take a break.